Oh, hey guys. So, still up here in the driver's seat because, well, I don't know what I'll be doing with top bunk yet. Might go back to using it for storage. I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. This might be a summer job though, but that stuff right there, ripping that off, ripping the top bunk out, and doing a Murphy bed that folds up and folds down to right about the top of the Volvo bench. That way I can leave the cushions up at all times, right? The cat can have a little cubby holes, underneath the bed to hide, if it's down or whatever. Or, well, lounge in, because let's be honest, they're not really going to hide. They're just going to sleep in it, because it's a box. Also be careful showing what's on this, so. The problem with the top bunk, especially in this layout on this truck, even though I don't have to worry about this right now, is there's only two vents up there, and they come out of one area. It's just too hot. So, and I'm also thinking about over the summer too, before winter, ripping out the tri-pack and converting over to green APU. I mean, granted, it's gonna be like $12,000, but whatever. I mean, my bunk heater's shot anyways. Needs to get a new bunk heater. The amount of time to rebuild it, plus labor, and plus I'm pretty sure there's some wiring fucked up somewhere. So by the time, I had to buy a new bunk heater anyways. By the time all that's through anyways, just because of headaches between the rebuild kit's like $800 plus labor. At that point, you're almost equal to a new bunk heater, or it's a little easier to install. I can rip out the stuff myself. But the green APU doesn't have a bunk key like that, right? It's like a house setup, right? So there's one unit that does heat and air. You set a thermostat, set a temp or whatever, and the thermostat automatically goes back and forth. So if I make it 75 degrees, depending on what is outside, it will go 75 degrees and just hold it, right? Because that's also the problem with the current issue. When it's that time of year where it's 70 degrees during the day, 34 degrees at night, but you went to bed with the AC on, because, well, that's that time of year thing. You will get woken up in the middle of the night fucking freezing, because weather sucks. Don't have to deal with that green APU. Plus, anyways, this tri-pack is burning oil, so it needs to be rebuilt anyways. So the rebuild kit for that tri-pack, if I remember right, is about $800 plus the labor. I don't know. I'll do some math, but also green APU also doesn't have proprietary parts, so there's bonuses. I'm thinking about changing everything back here around pretty much. I don't know, but that's not what this video is about anyway. So it seems like I've found my niche. I'm over the road LTL now, and well, the round trip coast to coast for the lane I'm specifically on for me is about 220 to 240 a mile. Its average is closer to 220, 230 a mile. Depends on where exactly I am. Like last week, I ended up in Portland, had a deadhead, 170 miles to the dock. But that 170 mile deadhead gives me 10K, which also if this keeps up for a year, I may just say fuck it and go get my own 30, or because I'm giving up 12% of 10K. That adds up, It adds up. And if I'm going to give up money, I honestly I'd rather factor and give up like 2 to 5%. Keep the extra 7K, because that adds up too. Or not 7K, 7%. Excuse me. Important. Alright, so I'm currently in my reload area. I've done my pickups. With my pickups plus out or out miles, because it was also a very interesting way between the negatives for about 4 days of the trip. The truck idled pretty much for 4 days. I got 5.5 MPG. Also blew a tire. That was fun. Luckily though, where it blew, I blew in a great area. If you're gonna blow a tire, you might as well blow where you're near things. And I blew pretty much 5 miles from Elkhart, Indiana. So for those who also don't know, That's pretty much. If you're gonna get an RV, generally where it's gonna come from. It's like RV heaven over there. Downside was though, it was like 18 miles out of route to go get a tire, plus 2.5 hours there getting the tire. I wasn't the first one in line, whatever. But it was pretty good. I mean, I went ahead and replaced 2 tires anyways. They were getting a little low. I didn't want to, but for $400, yeah. And they were used tires anyway, so I'm looking at new. But these are like half-life tires, right? I'm getting ready to dump tires, put a whole new set of dry tires on anyways, a couple months. I just have other needs in front of that, so. And also, I don't want to spend all my money up front. I want to have some money in the bank just in case. Like, for example, this truck needs shocks up front now, plus a new tie rod. The quick tie is what I'm getting. It's pretty much it's a tie rod bar with the tie rod ends already installed, and I just got to put that on. That just got ordered, going to the house. But I gotta get shocks up front. Dude, I don't know what the hell happened during those that negative week, but when it's like negative 30, when did they done the load in me here? Negative 30, it just destroyed me. Blew out both my sleeper shocks one day during like negative 40, negative 30, negative 40, blew them out. So we gotta order those, get them sent to the house, because I'm not gonna pay out the ass for those on the road. Same thing front shocks. Although it only blew out one, and it was a 5-mile-an-hour crawl into a crater that was about that fucking deep. I didn't see it because it was covered in snow, and it was frozen. I don't know. It sucked. I hit it, and I immediately went, "Fuck, that's gonna hurt." I knew immediately because I felt it that more likely that shock just got fucking destroyed. And yeah, it's the fluid is about 80% all the way down, so yeah, it's fun. Brakes are now needing to be done on the truck, so there's just little things adding up that over the course of a month is gonna be all done. Probably about 8K. I'd estimate 8K. No, probably closer to 6K. Probably closer to 6K. Gonna do an overhead PM. Well, PM's $1,000 of that alone, so because PMs are now $1,000 fucking dollars. Even if I buy my own oil, filters alone, so I can buy my own oil, like 5W40 at Sam's Club in my town, right? It's like $360 for like 15 gallons, right? Amazing, right? Because I get oil for keeping the truck for extra, because both APU and engine are getting worn out and need to be eventually rebuilt at some point. Although not quite yet with the truck. There's just little things leaking around the truck that I need to figure out where it's coming from. One of those transmission lines. So, but that is just $600 to throw at it. Belt tensioner, another $300. Serpentine belt, probably another $30. Let's see here. Oh, fan clutch relay, because my fan doesn't stop spinning, so, and that's more likely what it is because I don't hear it leaking air. So that's like, I want to say it was like $100, $60, something like that. He's an overhead too. That's also $600. So $800, something like that. It just adds up. All right, so here's what you guys want to know. Okay. Oh shit. I'm going to give you an example of what these LTL loads are like, okay? And this is going east load, because these aren't too bad. The ones going west usually have more stops. The ones going east, though, at least on this lane, 5 to 6 stops usually. And for some reason, they also like to put them backwards, meaning your last stop is on your top page. At least the going east one does. The one going west, they do it from the first page to your first stop and work your way back. For some reason, the one guy that sends me east, he likes to do it backwards. Am I missing a page here? No. Alright, so it was less than 3,200 total miles But between my pickups for my next load, and I was a little over 100 miles, plus my out route miles from the way east, from the Lone Tire, all that shit. Yeah, it was like an extra 200 miles pretty much. Whatever though. I mean, I was already planning on, because negative anyways, spending $2,500 in fuel between the reefer, DEF, and the truck, and I spent about 23, like 80. So, downside about having to idle. And I also did a couple park regens. Well, regens while I slept. Could technically park, but it's not quite truck requesting them. So you're gonna burn more fuel, all right? But still, getting 5.5 MPG average for the week while idling for pretty much 4 days of that week, I don't think it's awful. Alright, so first delivery was in Piston, PA to Susquehanna Brewing Company, right? So I brought these guys some frozen drums, pretty much a grapefruit and a lemon. Don't know what they're gonna do with it, but that was, see, these loads also, they start Saturday morning because they load you Friday. You get out first thing Saturday morning, pretty much between like 0600 to 0900 on average. I'd be in Piston Wednesday at 0800. So, like I said, usually you gotta move. And also, this one wasn't so bad, but I had to get a water separator filter replaced over there in Spokane, and I left my wrenches at home. So, luckily the Freightliner dealership, yeah, you heard that right. Freightliner dealership helped me out, got me in, because TA was 6 hours. And I wasn't gonna wait 6 hours for a fucking filter change. So that put me a little bit behind, because I only drove like 630 miles that day. So just, if I didn't get help the first day, I would have been fine. But because I would have been here like the night before, ready to roll. But whatever. Second one was EFCO and Poughkeepsie? I don't know. New York, right? Wednesday, noon. And what's nice about these LTL stuff is a lot of these smaller places, they'll take you as soon as you get there, right? Now, some of these are strictly appointments. Like this one in Thursday at midnight, pretty much, right? So 12 hours after my Wednesday one, right? And Shodak Landing, which when I got there, I had been there before, just forgot. I got there fucking 1300, right? Because my EFCO took me in early. They took me in at 0900, unloaded me real early. So I got up to my next one at 1300. And if I was not frozen, they would have unloaded me. The frozen guys don't come in until pretty much like 2000. And at that point, though, I'd been up since 2300. So I said, fuck it, and went to bed. And got up, right? And then I had to be in Fall River Thursday, 0700. I don't remember when I got over there. I think I got over there. Oh, yes. I got over to Fall River 0500, but they don't open till 0700. So I had to sit around for a couple hours, in and out in an hour. And by the way, a lot of this, right? 27 pallets, 35,000 pounds for the whole load. One pallet first stop, pallet and a half second stop, pallet at third stop, 4.5 pallets at the, my Fall River, right? So, like I said, LTL stuff, right? And then, this one sucked a little bit. Pretty much my last 2 days, I was doing more night running, pretty much. But like Gordon Food Services in Taunton, Mass, right? Thursday at noon, right? Showed up in that 0900. They put me in the door. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get unloaded, right? They're getting like 4 pallets. I didn't get out of there till 12:30. So silly me for hoping. But that's the one that held me up the longest, right? Showed up to my last one at like 1500, 1400, something like that. And supposed to deliver Friday 0300. Showed up there Thursday 1500, and it was in Cumberland, right? Cumberland, Rhode Island. And this one had most of the load. It had 15 pallets. Yet I had to wait till 0300. I had just woken up this morning because it is Friday, right? 0300, and they were knocking without 5 minutes me getting up. Because they only ship out during the day, receive at overnight, which their parking lot is shared with a school, a baseball academy, so it makes sense, right? I mean, it doesn't make sense they only receive at night when there's a lot less trucks. Or a lot less cars, sorry. So a lot less cars. It's been a long couple of days. And by a long couple of days, I mean a long week. A long fucking week. But that paid 10 grand. And 10 grand is like, my cuts, let's see, if I remember right, 8180? Sounds right. Not bad. Not bad. And this is what I'm doing, pretty much. And as it currently stands, in this one lane, it's bringing the truck 34K every month, and that's just gross to the truck, right? I'm pretty profitable with that. Even if you just average a $2.20 a mile, this truck pretty much is under $1 a mile to run. That's everything, right? I mean, that's fuel, truck, trailer. That doesn't include paying me though. But the truck expense wise, under $1 a mile. So. I wish the one going west paid a little bit more, but honestly, $2.05 a mile to go west. That's to the truck, right? On average for me. With the pickups, dead end, whatever you want to call them. Honestly, I don't really care. I don't count 100 miles. I really don't care, because whatever. You ain't gonna get that. You ain't gonna get that good of a rate all week, except for rare occasions like holidays. Yeah. And honestly, I mean, you might have to run more miles than I'm doing now. Just go west. Like I already know what I'm doing next week, right? Like I got to be in Boise. Midnight pretty much on Wednesday, right? So Tuesday, but it's midnight, so it's Wednesday, right? Sucks, but whatever. But I finalized like Friday 10 a.m. in the morning down there in Portland, so I'll go right back up north again, more than likely. But they have other lanes that they can help me with. They cover, like this one guy I work with coming out east. He's got Maine all the way down North Carolina, so I just want this one because this one gets me to the house. And they seem to like me. This is weird. It caught me so off guard. I walked in here to give them my little paper pickups, my stack of papers for the pickups, right? I had a full trailer, right? And I'm just sitting there, and this lady starts walking up to me, and the guy behind, I guess it's boss man, right? Or manager or something. He's like, oh, that's so-and-so. Calls me my first and last name, right? Keep in mind, him and I have never really interacted, but they generally actually give a fuck. They if you're regular, they're actually gonna remember, pay attention. And I've only been doing this for about 5 weeks now. So, and what's nice too is it shows on their papers how many weeks you've been doing this for them in a row. So like, I'm gonna be out for probably end of April. That's what I'm thinking. Because got some other plans. I need to keep that in mind. So gotta account for that. But I'm probably gonna take 4 to 6 weeks off, which need to account for that too. That's also one way. Like, because honestly, like I'm gonna be putting miles on with this. This is 14, on average 14,000 miles a month doing this. If I had to put a range on it, 13, like 8 to 14.6 every month. So taking a month and a half is how you bring that average back down to a more reasonable average for the year. Not to mention, if I do this for the truck's all taken care of, right? I'm going home, the truck doesn't need anything. So let's just put it this way. In perspective, after paying myself, doing this for 3 months with their current rates, because the rates do go up, of course they go down, but they've already calmed down. So they've been like this for a while, right? And honestly, there's not all lanes pay the same. Like that one down in Texas paid $5,000. Ain't doing that one. Not currently. Maybe shit's paid off, right? Because I was profitable, but not as profitable as I wanted to be, right? But after paying myself for 3 months, doing this for 3 months, it's like $20,000 in the bank for the business. So do I need to say more? No, I didn't do this before. Because honestly, I was making just as good money before doing that whole northwest to the Great Lakes area. And these guys are word of mouth. You don't really see them on spot market. I'm not going to say who they are because that'd be fucking dumb too. And you pretty much have to know somebody to get in, get referred in. Unless you get lucky, see them on the spot market. Like, I've been set up with these guys before. I've done these guys loads before. Why didn't I just do it before? Because I was pretty comfortable doing that. Like I said, the Pacific Northwest to the Great Lakes thing. But when everybody else caught on, it kind of got hard to run for the same rates. And well, downside is you got to deal with the Northeast a lot more. But it also allowed me to see where this truck needs some help in. I had no idea this truck has some wiring issues in the back, which it could be a simple sensor, or it could just be, or I could just, probably needs to be repaired. It's the ABS traction control stability track thing, right? The speed sensors. It's back there somewhere, and it only happened after a week and a half in sold. So probably new sensor, but I'm also probably going to put a heat shroud over those sensor wires, because if I'm going to be doing this for a while, kind of need to put in some future protections. But it kind of sucks every now and then. Like, there's some appointment times going west that suck. The ones going east, a lot better. The ones going west, fucking awful. They flip-flop all the time. So it's also not for everybody, right? It's not for everybody. Like Boise, it's midnight, right? Then 0600 in Cisco. But then I have to be another, like, 2200 in Portland. So, pretty much that, like, that's a 24-hour window. So, and that's just that. And then I got, like, after the 2200 in Portland, 0400 in Portland. So, yeah. Sounds great, right? And I mean, money does talk, but it ain't like I'm not just sitting here living the life, you know. I gotta work for it. Gotta work for it. Huh, kitty. He swishes his tail. But we're back. Last video kind of sucked, I know that, but honestly, that was this exhaustion plus. I had other things going on, lack of sleep. You just got the girlfriend out of the truck, right? And I, for some reason, tried to cram 3 weeks of videos into one, and I should not have done that, but it is what it is. You guys should just live with it. Anyways, stay safe out there. See you next time. Bye.